you serious? Man, you people were really waiting for this. Alright. Let's see. Let me start sharing my link here. So let's see. And let's. All right. And one more channel. Anyway. So hi, how you doing? I'm currently waiting a bit for people to show up. You can hear me, right? I hope so. I hope you can hear me. Anywho. Because I can see people in the stream, I believe. Anyway. Alright. We're gonna wait a bit, like I said, wait for people to actually show up. Alright. Alright. Let's see here. Oh, hey, Akari, how's it going? You can hear me, right? Whoa. Whoa. I'm good. Currently waiting on, people to show up. Yep. It is the anniversary of the account. I actually have the birthday email in here. So yeah, very good timing. Yep, very good timing. Like I said, I'm gonna give it a few minutes before people show up, before I start rolling, okay? So actually, for now, I could start looking around party cars because I always get confused. I always think that the cat tower is over here, but it's not. It's actually over here. Oh, you're gonna need to go? Well, that sucks. Ah, shoot. Okay. Oh, well, I was going to, like I said, I was going to wait a couple of minutes. But, well, you'll see, on the channel. Because I'll most likely cut it up, and throw it into the, well, it'll actually be its own episode. Because I'm currently, doing the script for the newest imaginary only, what's the word, video. So that is coming out, should be, hopefully, in the next couple of weeks, if not tomorrow or so. Because, like, what's the word, scripts are always hard for me. Go find his GF, ew. Because she hurt her foot or something. Oh shoot, I'm sorry to hear that, Akari. Well, I hope her foot is not broken. Or cut in such a way to where it's irrevocable. That would be terrible. That'd be awful. You don't? Oh, okay. Well, hopefully you'll be back soon. Okay, Akari. Wow. Don't wish bad things on people. Oh my god. Goodness. Oh no, I get that. I'm not really the biggest fan of my mother either, but still, I don't think I would wish them to have a broken limb. So, but who knows? I don't know. But anyway, see you soon, hopefully. Anyway, we are at the 2 p.m. mark, okay? So, I guess, unless anyone has any particular objections, I'm gonna go ahead and sing happy birthday while I claim my birthday mail. I don't, actually, no, I'm not gonna sing happy birthday. That seems a bit too much. That seems a bit too cringe. But, happy birthday to this account. This account's been around for 2 years. And I've not broken imaginary only since. There you go. And because it's not the actual anniversary, I'm still getting the Amphorius cake. Which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Alright. Anyway. We are at 134 tickets. No standards. Just 134 tickets. We should be able to get at least E0S1. But who knows? Let's hope to not lose any 50-50s, right? Anyway. So, yeah, in the meantime, anyone actually here? Goodness, okay. Alright, let's see. Well, it is the 2 p.m. mark. Like, it is actually 2. I'm not late for once. I could just travel around people's cars and hope to get, what's the word? Cat cakes. I'm actually, you know what? I'll hope to get imaginary only cat cakes. I'll do that while people show up. That actually sounds great. Now, here's a question though, for imaginary only cat cakes, right? Since the new Silver Wolf is imaginary, should I get a Silver Wolf cat cake? Like, do you think that should be what I do? Like, because there's probably not many. Oh, you're just lurking for a bit? Oh, hi, Lenny! I'm currently going into other people's cars and getting cat cakes. So I guess I will get a silver wolf cat cake. Since it technically counts as imaginary only. Yep, cool glasses, thank you. I'm actually, like, this wasn't much, but, like, you know, these are Silver Wolf's glasses. So, you actually see them in her ult. So yeah, it's kind of cool that I was able to do that. Anyway. Alright, they still look cool. No, I get it. Alright. I'm getting out of Nolly's car now. Alright. So, where should I go for Silver Wolf? Actually, I'm right next to her. Ha! Catalyst upon catalyst today. I have good luck then, hopefully. Alright. Let's go ahead and start pulling, okay? Alright, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. Oh, by the way, this is Tendon to Pity. So I have, like, no pity whatsoever for this banner. Actually, hold on. Yeah, like, okay, I'm sorry. I lied. I had 9 pity. So that's 19 pity. 19 pity. So, okay. So another 10 roll. Let's go. This would be 29. Oh, I hope so, Lenny. You never know. I could just completely bomb. That's my first Gallagher? That is... Huh. That's strange. Anyway, yeah, that was 29. 39. Oh, hi! Hee 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 hee, haha. I'm just gonna call you hee hee. If that's okay. But yeah, let's see, that was 39? Oh, true. That's true. He hasn't really had a rate up during any imaginary banner. I guess not. Huh. Anyway, that was 49 in a pity now. Nope. Alright. Alright. And... Damn, okay. 59 in a pity. And no. Okay. Let's go funny number 69. Oh. Lightning only is first Misha during Asheville's banner. Oh, well, that makes sense. I mean, I guess he wasn't on most rate ups then, huh? Yep. Funny number 69. Oh, jeez. Okay. Still no pity. God. Alright. Alright. Well, definitely gonna be pity now. Let's go. Should we do singles? I'm gonna do singles, because I actually do want the light cone still. Oh, yeah, you're right. You thought you would have come on the 69th pull, but unfortunately, no. Then again, I could get a double. You know what? Let's try. Let's go get a double. Let's hope for a double. Let us hope for a double. No whammy. Please. Don't lose the 50-50. Do not lose the 50-50. Alright. Man, I'm actually kind of nervous. Oh my god, they're edging me. Ah! Oh man. Okay, well, no worries. Alright. Well, let's go again then. Yeah, that groan is palpable. Alright, well, that was about 15 then. Because Bronya was around the 5th, I think. Oh man, that sucked. That really sucks. Well, we're getting her no matter what. It's just, now I have to farm extra for the light cone, probably. Ugh. Welcome back, Akari! I lost a 50-50. Oh, man. Alright. God. Oh, this is awful. These are like the worst pulls ever. Alright. Ah, jeez. Okay. Let's see. Okay. We'll get it, hopefully. God, are you kidding me right now? Ugh. That is disgusting. Now I'm down to singles. Oh my goodness. There we go. Jesus. God, I might not have enough for the light cone. That was rough. Well, luckily the light cone's not going to be too terribly bad. Because I am actually, I'm on a guarantee, luckily, on the light cone. And, I also went deep into the light cone, trying to get more resolution pearls, light cones, for, well. Yeah, R.I.P. I could always get it on the first 10 pull. You're absolutely right. I don't have 10 pulls, but I am pretty deep in the light cone banner. Like, yeah, pretty deep. So, oh jeez. Okay. Well, let's go. Hopefully. Nope. 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 Ugh. And one more for the road. And geez, okay, no. Wow. Thanks a lot, Silverwolf. Oh, God. That's fine. That's fine. We can, well, we have her. We will get the light cone. That's not a problem. Where is she? Where is she? Here. Actually. Yep, time to farm. Yeah, 18 days to get more pulls. That's true. I was hoping to get E2, but Jesus. That isn't happening today. That's for sure. Oh yeah. Yeah, I saw that MOC clear, Cat. That was insane. So was the Iron Tomb, though. You're firing Jades for Evanescia? I get that. Yeah, I think I could get E2, S1, Ashvale, 244 pulls later. Nah, you see, I needed to be humble. Somehow. Like I said, I needed to be humbled. Had it too good for too long. Alright, let's see. And relics. Here's the thing. I was actually going... I actually farmed up some relics for her on this guy. Taking those off. But I also thought about doing the relic recon. Because that is not nearly enough speed for her. Like, pretty sure without her light cone, yeah, that's 148 speed. That's not great. Let's see. Oh, let's see. I do have to edit a bit before posting, but I look forward to it, Kat. I really do look forward to it. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I might just do the Relic Recon event for her, but I should have everything. Like, I do mean everything is already farmed for her. Everything. Like, yeah, she can go immediately to 10 right now. It's great. Alright. And, yeah. Oh, yeah, well, I mean, that's always good. And like I said, Akari, you know, who knows? Maybe you'll eventually get MOC 12 yourself. I mean, you know. I don't, how do you think I feel when it comes to Cthulhu and his, quantum-only account, you know? Like, he's able to get into anomaly arbitration. I can't even do that. It's, you know? Anyway. Yeah, she's at 157. She needs better speed. Yeah, yeah, I mean, I wish I had that kind of luck on, Quantum. I had that kind of luck on Imaginary only for a bit, but not on Quantum, that's for sure. Yeah, that too. I mean, you have to also take into account Eidolons, and like I said, bear in mind, I stopped comparing myself to Cthulhu's because of that too. Because Cthulhu has, like, he's pay to win on that. And I'm sorry to say that, but, like, he is not free to play on that. So, like, that's even more of a, you know, why compare myself, you know? Anyway. Yeah, he pays. That was actually one of the things I remember. He broke free to play. So, it's not as though that, like, I really have much to compare to. Because, you know, of course he's gonna go into anomaly arbitration. All of his stuff has eidolons. I don't know if he actually does either, but I know that... No, it's not. In my personal opinion, if you're breaking quote-unquote free-to-play just to buy a costume on a challenge account and you don't use anything else except for that cosmetic, I don't think it's breaking it, to be honest. People get nitpicky about it, but I don't think it's breaking it. That's my personal opinion. And that's also usually most people's opinion, because, like, hell, even challenge accounts for, like, other games, people tend to not really get that fussy by that. I know there is, I know there is this one guy who is all about soloing Final Fantasy XIV. And, like... Final Fantasy XIV, I know sounds funny, but there are actually ways of buying power in 14. And that's like, what's the word? You can buy, like, level skips. You can buy, like, other things, I'm sure. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's also, like, I think they like, have other things. But they have the level skips, they have the story skips, they have those things on 14. And, like, you know, people were debating, and they ended up, like, agreeing, yeah, getting, like, a mount, because mounts don't really do anything aside from look like mounts. What's the word? You have a mount, you have a mount. It doesn't matter what it is. You know, like, that was fine. And he got, like, a little balloon mount that someone gifted him. Yeah, no, I get it. And honestly, like I said, I don't think skins count. I don't think skins count as breaking free-to-play. That's my personal opinion. But, you know, like I said, that, like, I'm willing to I'm willing to negotiate. Thing is, though, I probably won't, even if... Okay. There is one thing, and you're never going to see it, I bet you. You're never going to see it. There is one thing that would make me actually break free-to-play on this account, okay? And it would be for buying a skin, okay? That would be if they had a ratio skin. If they had a ratio skin, Ratio is getting a damn skin on this account. But they're never going to do that. They are never ever going to do it. I guarantee it. I will eat my hat. I don't have a hat, but I will buy a hat just to eat it. Anyway. Oh, let's see. Oh, I think honestly it's mostly... Oh, man. I think it's mostly that they are not necessarily afraid of money. It's so much as they are... I think honestly skins take time out of them. And I swear, I think Star Rail works on a skeleton crew. It really feels that way. Yeah, I know. I get you, Akari. I would like... I would like the witch outfit. I would probably have it on my main account. Yep, I know this. This is the stream this is the stream event. The stream event's so cool. Guys. Alright. That streamer plays like an old man. Well, what if I am one? If that was really the case, Lenny, we would have by far more stuff come out quickly. Like, honestly, if they're running 50% of Star Rail with AI, why are they not putting out stuff faster? Like, holy hell. Alright, let's see. What should we name that live stream, guys? Yeah, exactly. AI would give us more events. AI would come up with, like, what's the word? More, quality of life stuff. And then they would just work on that. I don't know. Just... Bathtub. Bathtub stream. Bathtub stream, yeah. Hashtag bathtub stream. There you go. Actually, what's really funny is on my main account, when I started this event, I put hashtag 426 blazing. I'm so stupid. Alright. Oh man, this event's so fun. Well, I mean, it's fun, but it's also an idle event. Which I know sounds weird, but hear me out, Akari. It has such good character interaction. Like, the best character interaction. Like, some of the best character interaction in the game. And yeah, I think Fugue does show up here, by the way. I think both... Yeah, just Fugue in general, not Tengen. But Fugue does. Okay, I'm doing it later. Yeah. Yeah, no, I get that. I get that. It's just the difference, in my opinion, is purely time. You know? Like, Tengen and Fugue are the same person, but generally, if you see Tengen, it's because it's before Jianzhou, right? You know, I'm being particular. I know. Anyway. I mean, you never know. I mean, they could fuss a bit about time constraints or something to that particular degree. Okay. But yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. The idle games are kind of weird to me. I'm not really that big of a fan of them, but like I said, I like this one because the character interactions are so good. Like, I love how in the later part of this, you have, like, stuff like Ratio interacting with Anaxa is so great. So good. Oh, okay, you're already overstimulated. That's fine. I can get out of this. Yeah, I'll get out of this then. Getting out. Alright. Alright. I'll do it off stream then, Lenny. Or at least when you're gone. Yeah, no, you want, like, overstimulation. I think elation in general, as a path, is overstimulation. That's my personal opinion. I guess I could do story. Story's fine. I actually, spoiler alert, by the way. Spoiler alert. But, guess who not only finished Amphorius, but did 100% Amphorius? Yeah. That's gonna be part of the next Imaginary Only episode. Yeah, that's crazy. Absolutely nutty. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, so I can do the storyline. I haven't done 3.8 yet. I can do that right now. Oh! I actually do, Lenny. I told you. Like, I honestly rate, Amphorius as, like, a 7 to an 8 out of 10, honestly. Like, legitimately, I do like Amphorius. When I say that it's a 7 or an 8 out of 10, though, it's because its highs are really high. Like, 3.7 is, like, the chapter in this game, in this whole entire game, that actually broke me. Like, the thing is that most of the time, the storyline does not really get me that much in this game. I like a lot of it, but I don't really feel a lot of it. But 3.7 actually kind of broke me. Oh, okay. Not a problem. But anyway, point is that, like, 3.7 kind of broke me. Considering the fact that, like, a lot of things going on with 3.7 that I really thoroughly resonated with. I honestly think that is probably my favorite chapter in the entire game, is 3.7. It is just so good, in my opinion. However, where Amphorius has high highs, it also has low lows. Like, 3.0 was incredibly slow. 3.2 felt like nothing. and that's sad, because I actually kind of like 3.2, but playing through it again 3 times, you know, like once on my main account, once on Imaginary Only, and then once on Quantum, I did not like 3.2 that much. You know, like, I'm sorry, 3.2 is kind of very low. It had good moments, but it was still kind of... But I think, because of the fact that it started picking up at around 3.3, like 3.3 with God, what's with Aquila. 3.3 with Aquila was great. And 3.4, even though you don't really interact much with 3.4, 3.4 is good, narratively. And 3.5, even though 3.5 has, like, low moments, I still think it's saved by the Xander fight. Like, the Xander fight is really good. You know? Like... Yeah, I wish Finon would stop stealing the spotlight too. Oh, well, the thing is, Finon was Amphorius' golden boy, okay? Like... really was. Legitimately. Yeah. Like, it was very much, like, 3.5 was, like I said, a bit low, but it was saved by the Xander fight. Okay, yeah, well, okay, yeah. You're right. It was salvaged by the Xander fight. And like I said, the Xander fight is good, even though, like, unironically, the Xander fight is shilling done right. Like, and I've talked about this before. Like, it's shilling done right because the Xander fight. Oh yeah, no, I love the mini cat cake event already. I actually had a lot of things going on with that. Oh, radicalized me against not just Amphorius, but HSR himself. Yeah, I could see it, honestly. 3.5 and 3.6 definitely had a yap problem. Where I get where a lot of people really did not like it. Oh yeah, you want plushies of all of Dark Seraph? No, I do too. I actually have a blueberry jar cat cake plushie. Funny enough, mine's a different color though. Well, at least a different coloration, kind of, because this came before, this was a fan cat cake before, the ratio cat cake was ever actually made in-game. So, like, I like to say that I have a blueberry jar cat cake, because I technically do, but I don't. Actually, it's just a normal ratio cat cake. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't like 3.6 that much. I thought 3.6 was kind of a wash. Well, no, the thing is, the yap normally doesn't bother me either, Dark Seraph, but I do have to admit, okay? And this is something that I thought was kind of weird for, like, the longest time, right? But, like, when people say that HSR has a presentation problem, you know? And, like, here's the thing, is that, like, at first, I'm just like, I don't know what you want, considering that I'm so used to gacha games talking instead of actually showing. But, of course, I now understand what they mean by that. What they actually mean by that when it says that they has a presentation problem is something that, like I said, a lot of gacha games do, but people expect Star Rail to be better at. And that is the whole, where they talk around in circles, you know? And what I mean by that is, like, they'll say something, and then literally 5 minutes later, they'll say the same thing, just in a different way. And then they'll say another thing 10 minutes later, but it's the same thing, just in a slightly different way. And it pisses me off. This is something that Fate does too, by the way. Fate also does this shit, where they'll say the exact same concept, the exact same thing, at least 3 different ways, just so the reader understands what's going on. And, like I said, it's aggravating when a 3D game does it, because when a 3D game does it, it's like, you can show what's going on. You don't have to explain 3 different ways what's going on. You know? Like, and that's what they mean by that, is that, like, it's... Oh, I lost the 50-50 and went into hard pity, so now I'm farming for the light cone. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, Guaga. I'm going through 3.8 right now. Yep. No, the thing is that that's what you basically end up just seeing. And it's aggravating. It really is. Because, like, it's not necessary. And like I said, it was definitely more apparent during Amphorius also, because Amphorius had a lot of black screens where they would just explain things. And the thing is that some of the times you wouldn't even need to do that because, like, you already explained what happened. Now you're just emoting. Oh yeah, I'm very happy that Welt got buffed. Yeah, absolutely. Actually, one of the things I was going to do that I forgot to do is, actually, that's something you guys probably want to see, don't you? You probably want to see what I use the companion spirit on, huh? Because I did get it. There it is. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking E2 I'm kidding. No, not E2 Loacha. That would actually brick my account, by the way. Like, no joke, E2 Loacha would unironically brick my account. You know how? Yeah, exactly. It would give people shields. And here's the problem. I pair Luocha with Maide. So it would unironically brick my account. Yeah. That's really funny. No, I'm going E6 well. Yeah, if I get E2 Loacha on accident, I'm just not gonna activate it. I don't have to activate it. It would just basically sit there. Alright. There we go. E6 Welt. Isn't that crazy? Behold lore accurate Welt. And now Welt's a DPS. Well, Welt was already... Well, not on this account. This account I actually built him. Funny enough, I actually already built him like this before the buff. So, it's really funny. Actually, nope. I still need an E5 of that. I'm sorry, S5 of that. But nope, I only have a S4. Which is fine. It's the difference between S4 and S5 is not really much. Yep, LOL Lamau even. Alright. But anyway, the point is, though, is that Amphorius had a lot of points where they just, like, explained his stuff over and over and over again. And the reason why, I feel, is partially because the player base also just does not know how to read. And I hate saying that, but let me put it this way, okay? You have parts of the storyline, right, that outright actively say that people are emanators. And then you'll have people still arguing the point on Twitter as to whether or not Phynon counts as an emanator. Yeah, no, I get that. I still think Expedition 33 is probably one of the better stories for a video game. I also count him as an emanator. I think most people count him as an emanator. Especially since, you know, 4.2 even has a point where you're naming the emanators. And guess what? In one of the scenes of that, literally goes over, you know, the different people that are emanators. And literally the last one is, and the sun is set to rise. is that because Amphorius is weird, okay? Even though Finon slash Castellana went to the grave, they're still there. Like, because of the fact that Cyrene effectively, you know, went back in time to keep effectively Amphorius open in the timeline. Finon is still there. So is Castellana. You know? So... I guess this confirms that he didn't, but fair enough. Yeah. Yeah, true, but I'm saying, like, though, you have people still arguing that he's not an emanator. I have not played through all of 4.2 yet. I just remember people arguing that point. So, like, the fact that people argue over stupid stuff, like whether or not someone's an emanator, even though they could say in the storyline over and over, reference someone as an emanator, and still have people go, yeah, but are you sure they're an emanator, is silly to me. You know? Like... Yeah, no, that's what I'm getting at. The thing is that, like, in that scene that I'm talking about, they even kind of reference Jing Yuan as being an emanator. You know, they have Jing Yuan as being an emanator in that scene, and there are people who also argue that too. So. It's like, if you're listing people like Cyrene and Acheron, you know, confirmed emanators. Pushes your adventuring emanator agenda, so you agree with this? Yeah. Yeah, that scene in 4.2, like I said, lists Jing Yuan as one of those. So, for all intents and purposes, they may as well have said he's an emanator, okay? Like, I don't know what else you need. Do you need them to actually, like, look at you in the camera and go, Jing Yuan is an emanator? Or do they need to, like, stop the storyline and just to, like, look at you dead set in the eye and say Finon was an emanator? Do they really need to do that? Yeah, no, I believe that, considering the fact that, like, isn't, like, the center of Planet Arcadia have, like, an abundance tree growing? Like, I have not done 4.1 and 4.2 yet, believe it or not. I'm only going off of what I've seen in passing. Yeah, pretty much. I don't know. At some point, Lenny, it's kind of ridiculous. It just really is ridiculous. It's just, it aggravates me so much. Well, the sad part is that 3.8 here, oh man, 3.8 is weird to me because I understand 3.8 here as telling you things that happened off screen, mostly. Except they also wanted to, like, recontextualize what was happening off screen. But then, like, midway they decided to add the swarm for... I'm only going to guess because, like, otherwise it doesn't really make much sense that it shows up in, like, the Fate event. That's really it. Like, why does old Odie turn into what's the word, a bug in the Fate event? I'm not really quite sure. Like, I did not understand that. Are we dead ass? I like I said, I wasn't really quite sure why he became a swarm monster. Like, I understand that he got corrupted by the Grail. I just don't know why the Grail decided to make him that. Is what I'm trying to get at. Like, it doesn't really correlate. I get him being a money-sucking, like, fiend, I guess? But, like, I don't know. Like, that made no sense to me. My only guess was that they decided to choose that because they already had it. Like, okay, let me put it this way, Lenny, as to why I'm, like, a bit more confused by that. When people are corrupted by the Grail, right? There's two ways that it goes about. It's either that they're corrupted by the Grail and they become, like, the most evil version of themselves, or they become basically like a horrific blob because effectively the Grail mud starts seeping into them. That's basically what I mean by why did he become a bug? You know? So, I don't know. It seemed weird to me, you know? It wasn't... Okay, here's the thing, Akari. I'm a Fate fan. I didn't think it was bad. I thought it was very rushed. And I thought it was very lazy. Yeah, it's neither one or the other, so why a bug? Yeah, that's basically what my question is, Lenny. Yeah, like, I'm a Fate fan. I know what the Grail does. I know how the Grail works. That's why I was like going, I know what the Grail mud does. The Grail mud has never made anyone into a bug. See, the funny part is, Akari, I actually kind of liked the NPCs. And I know, like, that's a very hot take. But I kind of liked the NPCs because part of the Holy Grail War is effectively, like, bringing up what is effectively, like, heroic spirits of whatever area that they're in. So for them to have, like, Miss, God, what was her name? Miss Song? No, not Miss Song. I want to say Miss Crane, but that is not right at all. But you know who I'm talking about. The woman who was the singer in Miss Note. Thank you. It was Miss Note. But Miss Note was actually a great way of adding in heroic spirits from other areas. Because that's how Holy Grails work, you know? Or Holy Grail Wars work. They bring in, basically, folk tales and heroes of the areas around the throne. So sometimes they're from different areas outright. Sometimes they can be from the area that they're in. And we've seen that before, you know? Like... yeah, they really make you watch this again. Because it's 3.8. Why not? Yeah, they could have made them slightly more detailed. They really could have. Like, probably would have been a great idea. I mean, you know, like, they know how to make NPCs. Like, we have Kuchiba. Kuchiba looks great, by the way, for an NPC. They really could have doubled down on that. They could have made better NPCs. I think people probably wouldn't have minded Miss Note that much if she looked like a better NPC. I don't know. Nah, no Robin. But anyway, point is that like they could have done more with the Fate event, and that's why I was kind of disappointed in it. However, with it being how it worked, for the most part, it worked exactly as Fate does. For the most part, like I said though, the old Odie becoming a swarm, what's the word? Swarm monster made me go, why? Because, like I said, that is not how the Grail Mud works. Like, unless they're saying that old Odie's actual true evil self is a swarm monster, in which case, that's weird. Because why? You know, like, why is old Odie's evil self a swarm monster? Makes no sense. I'm sorry, Akari. But yeah, that was my main point. My main point was, it was... Oh, it's done it 4 times now. It was the closest thing to a sludge that they had and was a boss. You know what? I thought that at first, Lenny. But like I said, 3.8 then added the whole fact that Pinaconi had a swarm problem because of, you know, because of, Gopherwood. And so, because Gopherwood, I think, summoned the swarm, at least makes more contextual sense as to why Odie became that. Because then it could, you know, theoretically go into the whole fact being that Pinaconi has just been kind of eroded from this. But I don't know. I think it's cool that they did that for 3.8, but I also feel like it was kind of like out of left field in some other cases. Oh, they don't let you compliment Kuchiba. No, I get it. Oh, man. No, it's because YouTube doesn't like the idea of people complimenting Kuchiba. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm reaching, Lenny. That's basically what's going on here. I'm reaching. Otherwise, I don't know. I don't really like 3.8 that much is what I'm trying to get at. Funny enough, I like this area. This area is neat. I also like, the boss fight, weirdly enough. I think the boss fight's very simplistic, but it's still kind of neat because it still does something kind of different. But not the fact that Kuchiba is hot. I don't know. I mean, I think YouTube is kind of terrible about that because honestly, yeah, like why do you need permission from YouTube to say Kuchiba is hot? I'm just gonna say it. Kuchiba is hot. The power creep from Constance is crazy though. Yeah, it is. You want to talk about how disgusting the power creep is for Dahlia? Oh my god. Okay? Like, the newest anomaly arbitration on my main account, because I have Dahlia on there, right? I actually 3-starred on auto on the second night. And it's supposed to be an elation shield. Well, both night 1 and night 2 are elation shields, right? But night 2 is the Sparksy boss. And, what's the word? I put it, yeah, no, on God. I put it on auto with E0 Firefly on still Fall of an Aeon, and it's still 3-starred. That's how stupid Dahlia is. Firefly did not need a buff, and they buffed Firefly on top of giving her Dahlia, and it's just, on God, the most disgusting thing ever. Well, to be fair, I do have E1 S1 Dahlia, so that might be a factor. And I do also have E2 Fugue. That might also be a factor. Yeah, E1 S1 Dahlia is insane. Yeah, okay, I also refuse to believe it's just E1 Dahlia. It could also have been E2 Fugue. Because E2 Fugue has, you know, Dance 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 built into her. So... Oh, I'm sorry. No, I actually skipped out on Elation. So, I literally just rolled on reruns. The only new character from 4.0 that I have rolled has been Ashvale. That is literally it. I have skipped Yaobong. I have skipped Silverwolf on the main account. I have skipped what's the word? Sparksy. Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's it, Lenny. But yeah, no, I skipped all of Elation, and I also skipped Remembrance. So I don't have Castress, nor Hyacine, nor Evernight. The only Remembrance character that I have on my main is E2 Cyrene. That's it. Yeah. So, well, I skipped Elation for the same reason that I skipped Remembrance, you know? I did not want to invest in a mono team. I hate it. I hate monopaths. I really do. I hate them. I like follow-up because follow-up is an archetype, but I hate monopaths. I refuse. Yeah, exactly, Lenny. I hate all that Remembrance and Elation stand for. Yeah, so that's why. It's because I just decided, no, I'm not doing it. Like, funny enough, when Hyacine had her 3rd rerun, I'm just like, no, I ain't getting her. I'm sorry. Like, I know she's a great character. I know she'd do wonders for my account. But at this point, it's out of spite. I got Wowo with my, what's the word, companion spirit. No, she is. I do like her as a character, Akari. I do have to specify, I do like Hyacinth as a character. However, I do not like the amount of power creep that, or I'm sorry, not the amount of power creep, because it wasn't just her that made so much power creep. It was how much she was tailored to the game, is what I don't like. I really do not like how a lot of stages in the game, or a lot of what's the word, mechanics in the game, are tailored to Hyacinth, and I really do not like it. Yeah, the game assumes you have Hyacinth at this point, and that's why I'm just like, no, I'm not doing it. You know? Like, I'm not getting Hyacinth. If you're going to assume that I have Hyacinth, I'm going to tell you no. Like, that's pretty much it. Like, I just refuse. I refuse it. The only time I'm getting Hyacinth is if you give me a selector ticket that has her on it, and there's no one else I want. Honestly, Akari, I would just legitimately say don't. If you don't like it, don't invest in it any further. Like, legitimately, like, here's the thing, right? Play what you want. You can make anything work after a while. And here's the thing, like, unless you really high invest in, like, oh, what's the word? Really, really specific archetypes, you're not going to get full stars in Anomaly Arbitration. I don't even get full stars in Anomaly Arbitration. And I'm a paid player on my main account. I don't even get them. I've given up on that. It's fine. Doing the content is good enough for me. That is legitimately it. Yeah, and if you don't like AA, all the more reason not to bother. Because honestly, every piece of endgame, oh, what's the word, before AA has gotten easier anyway. Like, it's to the point to where, funny enough, how many people swear up and down, right? How many people swear up and down that, like, how bad, what's the word, ratio is, right? And, like, to the point to where people swear up and down, ratio cannot do content anymore. People swear that. And you know what? Those people that swear that, they're completely closing their eyes to the fact that I still see people with E0, S0 ratio doing full stars in Apocalyptic Shadow or Memory of Chaos. You know? They're still doing it. I saw the other day, for Memory of Chaos, him going up against, what's the word, the Nikador boss fight, right? Yeah, exactly. Like, Akari, they still can do it. Like, people who swear they're borderline unusable or actually unusable just don't play the game. Like, they legitimately do not. But anyway, no, like, there was a video showing Ratio going up against Nikador, right? And on top of the fact that he's going up against Nikador with E0, S0, and when I say S0, I mean this guy is still using, what's the word? Stellar Seas light cone, by the way. Still using that. And, and he's using Tingyun, and he's using Gallagher, and he's using RMC, and he's still getting, under 5 cycles on the Nicanor fight for Memory of Chaos. Okay? If you're still doing that, how badly has he really fallen off? You know? Like, under 5. Yes, it was around 4. That's actually insane. Yes, no, like, seriously. When people say that ratio is unusable, right? They don't play the game. They don't play the game. When people say that anyone is unusable, they don't play the game. You know? Yeah, no, the can opening. Yeah, because I had a can next to me and I'm getting thirsty. But, you know, like, my point is, they don't play the game. They really don't. And keep using Jing Yuan, Dark Seraph. Keep using King Yuan. Because honestly, like, Endgame is not that bad. Endgame is not that bad anymore. Yeah, like I said, our general, King Yuan.
それでも私は今まで通り生きることを願う。
So yeah, no, like, it's just, it bugs me so much, like, seeing that nonsense. Seeing when people are like, I think honestly that, like, you know, T5 ratio can't do anything. And then I see those kind of videos, and I just, it baffles me. Absolutely baffles me. Honestly, Akari, that is probably how you should be playing the game. Honestly. You love a character enough, just invest in them. Oh yeah, with a good vertical investment, you can clear with basically anyone. And even then, Dario, even if you don't have vertical investment, if the matchups are good, it don't matter. You know? If the matchups are good, or if you're good enough. And I hate saying it like that, because it's a turn-based game. Like, how much skill is there really involved? But, like I said, E0, S0 ratio. We're using Stellar Seas, even. Using Tingun, RMC, and Gallagher, and still getting 4 cycles. Like, holy hell. On an AoE shill fight, by the way. Because the Nicanor fight is AoE shill. Yeah, exactly. The problem is, people don't want to think about matchups, Lenny. That's basically the problem. People don't want to think about matchups. They don't want to think about strategy for when it comes to team building. They just want cookie cutter teams. And that's particularly why I hate Elation. And that's particularly also why I hate, what's the word? Like, Remembrance. It is because it's very cookie cutter. Our harbinger of death can't be this cute. But that's also why, like, I like other archetypes. I really do wish, though, funny enough, even though I've invested a bit in it, The archetype that I like least, believe it or not, is Dot. And you could probably guess why. And, like, you'd probably guess why. And that's because, like, there is not many options for Dot. There needs to be more build variety for Dot. I like Dot, but there needs to be more build variety for Dot. Yeah. Yeah, Castris is very pretty. Yeah. I'll make you pull the 8950 and then I'll give you a Bronya. And now I get it. I got, what's the word? E0, S0 Hyslins. And to be honest with you, she does good work. But not nearly as much as, like, Black Swan now, funny enough. But, you know. She still does great, though. Having Hyslins, Kafka, and Black Swan on the same team, now with a Wowo, because I have a Wowo now, is fantastic. Yeah, no, I like follow-up attack. Follow-up attacks actually have a lot more build variety than we give them credit for. I also want a Bailu buff. Bailu needs a buff, honestly. Like, if nothing else, Bailu needs a cleanse. If nothing else. That is all that she really needs. Yeah, I agree. Buff Bailu. We need a buff Bailu. We need a buff Bailu. We need a buff Yanqing. Honestly, we need to buff those guys. Okay. And I am currently not paying attention. I'm sorry. What am I doing? Everyone on the team practically immortal, exchange of being vulnerable to CC. God damn! Here's the thing, like, I played with the idea of, like, I've played with the idea of not having a cleanse on some healers. If, and only if, they did things like, okay, I had a specific idea for a character, right, that I think would be really cool, is if they had, like, a Dot character, right, that was able to, like, absorb all dots on the field, right, and then turn around and then just spit them out in more toxic levels. Or was able to hold them off for more toxic levels and then finally just spit them out, you know, outright. And it would be like a follow-up attack thing to where it's just, even though at the very start to middle of the fight, you're not going to have as many dots, but then over the course of the fight, you just end up having more and more. You know? And that would be so cool. That would be so sick. But, you know, like... Yeah, I know. And the thing is, they do have a spasm if there's not front load damage. And that's why my idea would never come to fruition. Even though it's a cool idea. And it just drives me crazy, really. Like, I really do wish that the, what's the word, that people weren't obsessed with zero cycling. Yeah, and the thing is that, like I said, Lenny, like, having what I just talked about would be really cool. Because then it would open up the door for other healers to not necessarily have a cleanse, but still have a means of, like, facilitating that kind of gameplay. You know? The kind of gameplay where you do want debuffs, or you do want dots to be put on you. Because then it would just make you stronger over time. Like, imagine a Blade SP, if you will, doing that. That'd be amazing. That'd be great. Or maybe even an Akron SP that basically has gone so much into nihility that she actually wants to be hindered. Because the more that she's hindered, like the lower life she has, the more stuff she has on her, the stronger she gets. That would be so cool, right? But like I said, like, no one wants that. Like, I'm never going to get my nihility character that effectively is walking epidemic. Is what I'm talking about. But like I said, I don't know, man. It bugs me so much because I want so bad for there to be more interesting and unique mechanics, you know? And like, we're getting those with bosses for the most part. But like, we're not getting them enough with characters, I feel. And like, the reason why is because when we do get unique and what's the word, mechanical characters, people don't know how to play them. You know? Like Ratio, for the most part, when he came out, was one of the most mechanically complex characters in the game. And that was because people didn't really know what to do to, like, facilitate his follow-up attacks completely. You know? And it drives me crazy. Like, there are still people to this day that don't know that, what's the word, you need 3 debuffs on a enemy to have 100% follow-up. And that you want 5, actually, instead of 3, in order to get more damage. They don't even know that last part. The last part where he wants 5 debuffs. People just think, oh, if he has 3, it's good enough. You know? Like, it drives me crazy. It just makes me mad. Or what about Cyrene, where people basically have, you know, Cyrene. That one HSR streamer. Which one? Because I could go into detail on many of them are like that, Lenny. Are we talking about, honestly, true, never mind. Because, I mean, you could be talking about Kekvin, you could be talking about Pokey sometimes, you could be talking about... No, No, I get that. And the thing is that it's funny that you say that, Dario. It's because, I could see that, Akari. Kekfin's neat. I mean, Kekfin, I will give credit where credit's due. Kekfin is dedicated. I don't know whether it's because he's stuck in Star Rail, but he always comes off as if he doesn't actually want to do Star Rail content. But I'll give him that, he's dedicated. He does by far more content than I ever will in my lifetime. Yeah, no, I was mad about that, Lenny. There was this one, what's the word, like, content creator by the name of Chino, Lenny. And he's all about, like, making, what's the word, characters good using the quote-unquote power of money. And, the thing that made me just have an aneurysm, right, was his idea of improving ratio using the power of money. Was using an E6 Hyacine and an E2 Ceredra. And I'm like, what? What are you doing? Oh, Chino. I was just like, this is not... You have an E2 Cypher! What are you doing? He had an E2 Cypher! So it wasn't even that. It wasn't even that he didn't have the stuff for it. It's just... He just defaulted to Ceredra because... reasons. Yeah, no, I was like... What are... I don't... Okay, here's the thing, Dario. I could see Ceredra in maybe one circumstance. And that's if you don't have Cypher. If you don't have, like, a good... if you don't have Tribby, right? Yeah, just give him a sub DPS and a cat, he's good. Yeah, that's literally... Actually, no, just give him a cat and give him RMC, or I'm sorry, someone who gives him true damage. Like, I don't know, a fucking Tribby. You know, like, give him a Tribby, give him a cat, he's good. You could do that. But the thing is that, like, here's the deal. Like, oh, give him a sub as in, like, the sandwich, but also true. And, like, okay. Like, that made me have an aneurysm, because, like, okay, not to say that Ceredra is bad for ratio, right? Because Ceredra can work with him. Because the way that ratio's skill works is kind of like a mini Anaxa, you know? In that sense. The thing is that it's not really worth it. Like, if you have no one else, like, if you don't have Tribby, if you don't have, like, a Robin, or you don't have, like, or RMC is, like, stuck in another team, or something to that particular degree, then sure, okay, yeah, I guess it works. Like, do what you gotta do, right? But, like, yeah, this is not the first choice. Ceredra is not the first choice at all. It's not to say that it won't work, but it's definitely not the first choice. Yeah, she does actually. She does proc the follow-up with ratio skill. So that's why I was saying it's not that that it doesn't work. It's just someone described it very well. Like, it is using Ceredra with ratio is like eating popcorn with a fork. You can do it,
よし
but why would
忘
you?
れてしまいそうだけど
You know?
取り戻しに行こう
Yeah, she can make the follow-up proc twice. Yeah. She would definitely be before the last choice. She would probably be a third or a fourth choice. You know? Like I said.
新たな運命を作り出すなんて
Yeah, at that point, just let him have a second turn with like RMC or Sunday or someone. You know? Like, it is definitely one of those things where it's like, why would you use Ceredra? I guess if you have literally no other options.
焼き尽くした
Oh yeah, no, Cypher is the best for him because of the fact that Cypher gives him his 3 debuffs that he needs for his follow-up. And, you know, if you have E2, he gets about 4. So it's actually really nice.
俺が過ぎるなギャンブラーその手口はとうに見抜いている
Yeah, no, I know, and that's also another thing too. The fact that he didn't use Sunday. He could have used the Sunday Dan Hung team, which is what everyone who runs hyper carry ratio uses. You know, like, I don't know what his deal was. Why did he think E6 Hyacinth and E2 Ceredra were good? Oh my god, it's just... Here's the deal, right? I'm not saying that Hyacinth isn't good for ratio, because at this point, a lot of things are good for ratio. I often joke about how everything's a buff for ratio, kind of like how everything's a buff for Jing Yuan. But, like... the point is, though, Dan Hung is still better, you know? Still a better choice. No, and I get it. Yeah, and I get that you'd be crashing out over that Akari. Like, I would be crashing out over him using money to solve problems. But he's not even using money properly.
キノコ人に残ってるんだっけ
I'm talking about what's the word? Permancer Terre. You know, DHPT. Dante, if you will. that Dan.
浪費する準備はいい
Yeah. Hyper carry ratio uses Sunday, Dan, Cypher, and himself. Like that is the hyper carry team. Although now people actually question whether or not Sunday can just be what's the word, swapped with Ashvale. And in some cases he can, but I kind of argue that Ashvale is effectively just doing the damage at that point.
それを知る
But he can work.
決めることができるのはあなただけ
Yeah, everyone, watch my 48 cost castress team. How? Well, the pink ladies, or pink-haired ladies are a hell of a drug to some people, Akari. That's how. Like, I gotta say, they're not my thing, but I definitely get why people like them, you know? I'm looking through Cheeto's videos, and yeah, he makes me look poor too. He makes me look poor. Like I said, I'm talking about a main account that has E4 ratio on it. Okay? He makes me look poor. Oh, green women. I could see that. So, like, She-Hulk and whatnot. Or are we talking, like, women who wear green? Like, say, Poison Ivy? Or both? I don't know. Up to you, I guess. It's... Alright. More general green color palette. Oh, I can see it. I mean... Who else has green on them? Besides, like... Ceredra. I guess. Well, no, Ceredra's mostly blue. As a matter of fact, now that I think about it, who has green skin? I mean, who has a green palette in Star Rail that's female? Because I know Anaxa has kind of a green palette. Oh, Fei Xiao. Firefly. Okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Oh, man, I'm fudging it really bad. There we go. There's the light cone. Yeah. I am fudging it hard. Yeah, you're right. Yukong definitely also has it. Finally! God, that was a nightmare. Yep, oh peak. Alright, let's see. Alrighty, and let's see. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, leveling up the light cone. That's what we're gonna do. Zhuang. Is it? Am I saying that properly? Zhuang? Okay. Oh no, I get that. Girlfriend type characters over mommy type characters. I could see it. You forgot. No, like that's fine, Lenny. I'm probably butchering it. I am American after all. Oh, Zhuang? No, it's probably not that. You see, the ZH has like... Yeah, the ZH is usually like said like almost like a J. I know that. Because, it's almost like a J. And, the reason why that I know is like that is because of Zhuge Liang. And, not only is it Dynasty Warriors, but also, like, one of my favorite characters in Fate. Who's also known as Waver. I don't know what you just wrote. Anyway, well, it's time to do the Relic Recon event. Because she definitely needs better relics. Holy hell. Okay. Alright. Wonderful. Like, nothing good. Okay. Alright, let's see. Oh, definitely want that. Let's see, no. Old Man Waver mentioned, yeah, based picks. Tingyun, Silverwolf, Rappa, Robin, Asa. I mean, I'm probably like it's gonna be a no duh for me, I'm sure. For my favorite characters. Let's see. Besides, you know, the what's the word? Usual suspects, Ratio and Anaxa. I do like Aventurine. I have said that. Let's see. I also do like Rappa. Rappa actually grew on me, believe it or not. As did Cyrene, which is also, like I said, a very weird choice for me, I know. But yeah, Cyrene grew on me. Oh no, I get that. Asta is fun. I like Asta. I actually, funny enough, part of the reason why I did get Cyrene was because one of her best supports, believe it or not, or one of her best free-to-play supports, was Asta. For obvious reasons. Weird how that one developed. Like I said, I liked Cyrene because I like, I don't know. She was very nice, very bubbly. I actually kind of like that. There's not enough, it's not enough girls in gacha games that are like Cyrene, believe it or not. I know that sounds weird, but, like, yeah. I ended up liking the characters that have cool lore and that are pretty. No, I get that. I do like characters that have cool lore that are pretty. I tend to like characters that have, like, very good interactions with other people. Funny enough. I actually like character interactions quite a bit. Which is why it always pisses me off whenever they don't add any, whenever, like, Ratio only gets, like, little bits. Because I would kill for them to add more stuff for him. Which is why I actually kind of like the idol event. Because the idol event does exactly that. Yeah, no, I didn't get Rappa because at the time I was like, I saw the writing on the wall. Rappa was going to be very hard to use break for. Because of the fact being that I already had Firefly, and like I said, I was getting kind of sick of break being really good. So I even stopped using Firefly after a while during the height of break. And I know I sound like a hypocrite now, because here I am also using break again, back when it's back in style. But, you know, like... Oh, man. I wasn't able to get a light cone until a rerun. Oh, I get it. I get it, Akari. Yeah, well, I mean, like, gotta say, gacha is rough. Absolutely. Oh, man. I want speed more than anything, but I'll take it. Alright. Let's see. Unable to get her LC until her rerun. Alright, now let's see here. Alright. Let's see what it's looking like right now. Apply plan. 185 speed. That is not great. I mean, it's all I'm really gonna get, huh? Yeah. Rough. Rough indeed. No, I get that. I get that, Dario. You know what's funny? And that's partly why, like, 3.7 kind of broke me. I thought that too. When I first went to play 3.7, that I thought they were really going to push the the Siren thing for Trailblazer. They didn't, honestly. They really, like, pushed it towards, they pushed it basically towards Siren. Effectively, either... It's weird, okay? Siren actually, in the most wholesome way possible, which I know sounds very weird in comparison to what I'm talking about, is about the love of the self. You know? And I know that sounds highly narcissistic, and most people would say that that's highly narcissistic, but hear me out here, right? Like, what's the word? Siren's whole thing in 3.7 was kind of love of the self and love for other people by extension of love for oneself. And I kind of really resonate with that, especially with the fact that I'm kind of, I kind of hate myself. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not very, what's the word, good to myself. That's for sure. And, they really are. The marketing team and the writing team are completely divorced from one another, because Siren and storyline is not what Siren and marketing is. And you can definitely tell who likes Siren and who doesn't based on what they view either first or primary. And that's why I kind of like Siren, is because I don't really give a shit about marketing. I've never given a shit about marketing. Yeah, they did do that. I thought that was weird. Like, especially considering what the name Fugue actually means, you know? I mean, that's fair, Dario. That's fair. But the thing is that, Lenny, Fugue actually means to that degree of, well, when I heard the name Fugue, I thought it was basically along lines of not only losing memory, but effectively trying to grasp what oneself was. You know? But the thing is that, like, they did lean into that for Fugue. Like, Fugue's whole entire thing in 2.7 was revolved around, effectively finding herself. Yeah, no, another thing is that was kind of, it was, Lenny, in 2.7. They just didn't really do much with it. They had her split off into different parts, and then when combining them back together again, she then got better. And that was pretty much the long and short of it then. The conversation afterwards was effectively clarifying that particular fact. It's just, I blame 2.7 for not really going into more detail because, well, 2.7, for all intents and purposes, was not the Fugue chapter. It was the Sunday chapter. Let's be fair. Yeah, that's upsetting. And she probably was, Lenny. That's probably why, like, we didn't really see much of it, because she was already been in that state for a while, and there wasn't really much to do about that. Alright, let's see. Get over here, we have to fix your shit. Oh yeah, I need to actually go back to my room. Because the thing is that I think I only barely set it up and then I ran off to basically do stuff. Yes, I know. Thank you. I already know about the co-op. Thank you. Hold on, hold on. I heard a cat meow. Okay, never mind. What's the word? I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, it was mostly 2.7 was the Sunday chapter. Yet Lygus has scenes of him. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Let's see. Yeah, speaking of which, I am not playing Tomodachi Life anymore. I got a crazy story on that one. No, okay, I shouldn't say that I'm not playing it anymore, because I am playing it now, but I'm playing it partially out of spite. Okay, crazy story. What tale? Crazy story of that. Basically, okay. Do you guys know about, like, apparently all that it can occur in Tomodachi Life, right? So, long story short, apparently, knees can fall in love with the player. Did you know this? Yeah, the fuck. It becomes like a... It's really weird. Yeah, it's really weird, but they can fall in love with the player. And the thing is that how that works is that they get really needy for you. And they get, what's the word, really in your face. And they also, like, what's the word, like... They don't have a relationship thing that pops up like they do for me. But it's very weird, because then they actually want to call you a separate nickname. And, what's the word, whatnot. It's very funny. But the thing is that... Yeah, like, well, the thing is that for Tomodachi, you're supposed to be God, right? So, like... Yeah, I know. There's cats here. Yeah, I know. Like, this one is, sleepy time. Flop down and sleep. Yeah, we're God. Yeah, basically, yeah, in Tomodachi, we're supposed to be God. Oh, that's the Silver Wolf one. But yeah. Yeah, we're supposed to be God. So that's basically why that's funny. Is because, what's the word? We're supposed to be God. And having one of the bees basically fall in love with you is really weird. But that can happen. No, here's the thing as to why I'm just like, I'm getting stressed out by this. Yes, that is exactly what happened, Lenny. And I'm like, it was even worse. It was even worse than that, Lenny. Because let me put it this way, okay? No, it was even worse, Lenny. Because not only did that happen, right? Because, like, I put him on the thing I put him on the island as a joke, right? Okay? I put him on there as a joke, and now I regret it. But anyway, no, what ended up happening was, long story short, what's the word, my waifu me, you know, I can just delete him, and you know what, like, if I really honestly wanted to, I will. I just think that the story is funny. But anyway, point is, like, it started out where Ratio and Waifu were getting together, right? And they're doing that whole thing that Mii's do, where they have crushes, but they never actually, confess them. So they just are kind of like in limbo for a good while. Because it was a joke, Akari! It was literally a joke. I literally wanted him to be on the island so that he'd fall in love with Stell, and then it would be a funny thing because then Stell would just basically bully him. And that's what I wanted to have happen, but that's not what happened. Anyway. So, point is, it went on that whole thing, right? Where you have Ratio and Waifu just like constantly bouncing off of each other because they're in crush mode, but they're not actually like committing, or they're not like confessing, right? And then Lygus, after getting bullied by Stell for the 3rd time, decides he no longer likes Stell. And instead basically decides to fall in love with Waifu. And I kept saying no. I said, no, don't fall in love with Waifu. No, it's gotta be Stell. It's gotta be Stell. No, it went to Waifu anyway. After about the 3rd time. No, I wish it went to Stell. I wish it went to Kalis. Anyway, so... Anyway, so then, like, after that, then Waifu started falling in love with him, and I'm like, no! No, please! And this is, like, about, 3 or 4 times that this occurred, right? Until I finally went, you know what? Fine! You clearly want this? Just let it happen. And then, you know what happened? They went on the Ferris wheel. And then, Waifu was like, nah, I don't actually want this. And just turned him down. Which then frustrated the hell out of me. Because I'm just like, you went over this 3 times. You know what? Fine, whatever. Cool. And so then that was fine, you know? That was okay. That was fine. And then, then it got worse, okay? Because he then went into the whole I still have hope mode that Mii's have. Where they quote-unquote break up with someone, but they still have hope? Yeah. So, then, he goes after Waifu again. And then Waifu actually gets into a relationship with Ratio. And so, then it became a sick joke, right? Because apparently, when Mii's are third wheeling, they show up in other people's things. Yeah, so there's at some point where one cutscene is him at the diner, right? And Ratio and Waifu just walk in and start, talking about nonsense. And as he's just trying to get the waiter to get him food. And meanwhile the waiter is just instead waiting on Ratio and Waifu, and he's just like, I'll just go home and eat instead. And it's just a sick joke because there's a lot of scenes like that, where it's just outright bullying him. So after about the 3rd time or so of this happening, because like I said, every time he broke up with his crush for Waifu, and then circled back around to I still have hope. You love to see that. I do love to see that. He got super depressed, okay? So the only way to get Mii's out of being super depressed is to send them on a trip. So you send them on a trip, right? And the thing is, they come back, their sadness is gone. No, you're gonna hear the best part, Akari, or at least the worst part, depending on your point of view. And he then falls in love with me after I gave him the fucking ticket. So him, and he's just like, I'm so glad you're here. I love you. And then, like, it got weirder, okay? It got weirder. Because then, after that, I'm just like, okay, you know what? What the fuck? Whatever. I don't care. Not like I can do really anything as God. So, why the fuck not? Sure. Cool. You know? And then, like... Yeah, I put you here as a joke, no. Anyway, so point is that then after that, he still has his crush mode going on with waifu, but he also has interactions with me as if he's also in love with me. So he's going after waifu still, while also in love with me. And so there's at some point where it just gets weird. Because there was at one point where I ended up interacting and he goes, I'm just going to talk to you. And then, you know, I went to go interact with Ratio at the diner and he's talking to like Sunday and Aventurine. And Aventurine goes, isn't it weird that Lygus has been talking to waifu all this time? Yeah, what's up with that? And then I go to interact back with Lygus again, and he goes, I knew you'd come talk to me. And I'm like, you fucker! Yeah, I am going to finish decorating my room. I was like, you fucker! So now I'm thinking, the horrific part, I think he's going to try to cuck Ratio. I really honestly think this. I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be mad if he does. It's gonna be terrible. At that point, you should probably smite the clanker. You know what? I probably should. There we go. And, on one hand, I'll put Rappa here. Yeah, there you go. He'll make a big iron tomb. I mean, at this point, I wouldn't doubt it. But that's why I'm just like, I'm getting too stressed out from this. Like, I am getting too stressed out from, like, him going and doing all this. Deletes Iron Tomb. You're the one with the admin purpose. My sister and erudition. You could be just smiting him now. You are God. Good night, Akari. Oh, man. There we go. But yeah, so that's why it's like, on one hand, I kind of do want to delete him from the island. But on the other hand, I also kind of want to see how this plays out. Because, like, I am actually going to be livid, but it's also going to be funny. You know? Because, to be honest, it is pretty funny. It's not legitimately making me not want to play the game. I actually do still play the game. It's just the thing is, I don't even know if I should stream it now, because now I'm at a point where I'm like, this is awkward. But anyway, point is, yeah. I don't know how to feel about it. That, and I also added some stuff to the island that I'm also not really sure I should be streaming. Because one of the talking points that makes me laugh every time, because of the fact being that I didn't realize they would have it as a talking point. Because, you know, like, one of the Miis go, "What is your most prized possession that you don't want anyone else to know about?" And I said what it was, and now it's a talking point. So, I mean, on one hand, it would be funny. And to be honest with you, like, what's the word? Getting my feet wet. Huh? It's not bad, Lenny. It's actually, it's safe for work, for the most part. But if you hear it, you're just gonna know. You're gonna know. I'll just go ahead and say it right now, because it's not really that bad. It's just funny. But, like, it's a Dr. Ratio body pillow. And that's one of the talking points. So they just... It's really funny because every so often you'll just have the bees just talking non-stop about stuff. And then they'll just be like, trash cat cake. Oh, what's the word? Gundam. The Harmony. Yeah, I'm so surprised you have one of those. How could you? And then, you know, like, they'll be like, trash cat cake, blueberry jar cake, or cat cake. And then, like, every so often they'll just land with Dr. Ratio body pillow. And then, bruh. But, you know, it was like, what's in there? And it's really funny, because it's just like, yeah, you can tell how obsessive I am, because there's, what's the word? Dr. Ratio plushie, Dr. Ratio Nendroid, Dr. Ratio body pillow. It is the tamest thing on Mii Island, because to be honest with you, I don't really go into that much deep, like, terrible things on there. Yeah, no, I don't... To be honest with you, like, here's the thing, right? It's funny every so often to see, like, stuff like that on, like, someone's Tomodachi life. But on the other hand, it also gets old. Like, there was at one point where somebody was like, a reign of adult toys, right? And it's just like, that's funny the first time you see it, but after you see like several people making the same joke, it's just no longer really that funny, you know? And, you know, like, I don't know. It's... Or like, what's the word? Seeing someone's Tomodachi life, I thought it was even funnier if they had like a whole like cart of Marlboro Reds, you know? Like, that was funny to me. That was more funny to me than a reign of adult toys. Because, like, the Marlboro Reds is just enough to where it's absurd and kind of messed up, but it's not like, I don't know, it's not outlandishly so. You know? You've been silent this entire time, but what? Tomodachi life is one hell of a thing, dude. No, for the most part, I've kept my island safe for work. Actually, like, the worst of it is, like I said, Dr. Ratio body pillow. And like I said, that makes me laugh every time that it gets brought up. Because I'm just like, oh yeah, I did say that. I just didn't think that they would add it to casual conversation because it was supposed to be a secret. But apparently God has no secrets. God has no secrets indeed. Alright, let's see. Oh, what was I gonna do? Relic Recon. Okay. What was I going to do in... Oh, yeah. You know, I could, well, okay, I'll give you a choice. I'll either hunt other cars for imaginary-only cakes. Cat cakes. Maybe possibly seed a Kivili Meow. Because that's a thing. I could, what's the word, run Currency Wars with, the new, what's the word, imaginary stuff that they added, aka Silver Wolf. Or, I could do more of the story. It's up to you guys. What do you want me to do? Or I could just play Tomodachi Life. It's up to you. You want to see more cat cakes? Okay. I gotta vote for that. Alright, let's see. Yeah, or I could just get off here since we have what we needed. And I'll just play something else, like Tomodachi Life. It's up to you. Like I said, we'll go through and try to find more cat cakes. Well, we already went into Denali's. Edition. Ryu. Let's see. Let's see if we can find more cat cakes. Yeah, I have to hover over them. Oh, this is well. There you go. I don't know if you did. I'll have to check. Let's see. Like I said, I'll check here when I'm done going over the cats that are here. That is... Who is that? I'm trying to think. Who is that would have that kind of... Yeah. What tail is that? Oh, that is Herta. What tail is that? I don't think that is an imaginary cake. However, that is not Jingyuan. Jingyuan has a white tail with a red, what's the word, like, tie on it. I've seen it. It's not Jingyuan. This is someone else. Trying to think, who is this? No, Finon Cat has a yellow sun on it. It could be Sunday. It could actually be Sunday. No, that's Yao Guang. That's why I didn't recall it. Okay. Alright. That is not imaginary. Yeah, that's Yao Guang. Yep. Well, I have one more left. But, you know, I know who I want to get that. I know who's getting... Oh, I'm getting for the last one. Let me go do it real quick. Or let me go find the thing real quick. Because this is important. This is absolutely important. Alright, where is it? Where is it? Ah, here we go. Yep, this is... Let me get that number. The Silver Wolf pulls? No, it is not quantum only. I wish it was. No. No. We are, we're finding a specific person. Because only a specific person that I know of right now has it. Because I went through. I checked everywhere. Okay? The Silver Wolf pulls went poorly. Absolutely poorly. There we go. You know who I was looking for. Yeah, you know who I was looking for. Actually, Welt's there. And then we go ahead and put Silver Wolf here. Yes, yes, I know. Thank you. Silver Wolf. There we go. Woo! But yeah, Ratio Cake is absolutely adorable. You guessed all the questions correctly. Luck's also a skill. Meow. Yeah, they have interactions with each other. Oh my god, yeah. No, why do you think I was like, there is one that I need to have? Absolutely. For the last poll. Pair together in every universe, yep. Alright, let's see. Alright. But yeah, no, that's all that I think I could get. I can look around other cars, but I don't think I'm going to be able to pull them. Because I think I ran out of pulls for this week. But we could jump around to see if we can find Akavili Meow. Yep, see? Weekly capture events are gone. Yeah, I kind of wish it wasn't a weekly thing, but I guess they wanted to, like, prolong it. But I feel like it was enough to prolong it if Akavili Meow, is very hard to come by. Because he would be roughly around here. He would be, like, on one of the chairs. Yeah. So I guess I could jump around to see if I could find them. In the meantime, this I know is, God, who is that one? I honestly forgot who that was. But, oh, that's, Clara. Clara's, one is over here. Okay. And that one's Welt, like I said. And what was the other one? Oh, over here. Yeah, that's Sparkle. It is a permanent event, but they really need to, like, lock it to weekly like that. My personal opinion, no. Oh, let me put it this way, local man. Or local manly. I spent a lot of time the first night trying to get Blueberry Jar. Like, the first night, I was looking for Blueberry Jar. Blueberry Jar cat cake. And you know what was messed up? They did a rolling release. And I know that they did a rolling release. Because throughout the whole entire first night, I was looking for Blueberry cat cake. And, he was not there. I ended up, like, keeping a list after going through roughly 50 or so cars that I could not find him. Instead, I just found, like, the usual people, the usual ones, which was a Silver Wolf, Aventurine, and a few others. And then, then that reset is in like at 2 a.m. when I went to bed, because I went to bed early that day. Then they released out Aventurine. And not Aventurine. Then they released out Blueberry Cat. And he was amongst the others with Welt, as well as Cyrene was another one that they released second. So they did a rolling wave release. And which is kind of messed up, because then it basically made it to where the people who only had like 4 attempts left trying to find Blueberry Cat. Because after about a few, I ended up like realizing that they weren't random, that it was specifically based on tail, which you can tell by hovering over what their tail is. Not what you actually see there, but what the little bubble is. That then I ended up realizing exactly which one would be Blueberry Jar. Oh, yep, you. Hello. Oh, the Jing Yuan cat cake. I don't have it, I don't think. Do I have it, Jing Yuan? Hold on. Which one? I think I had... I had Silver Wolf, I had Robin, and I have, did I have Jing Yuan? I might have. It might have been this one. No, that's Herda. Okay. Yeah, I don't have Jing Yuan. Jing Yuan is a, white tail with a red tie. And if you hover over it, and they say meow, you'll see the tail. I don't know exactly who has Jing Yuan, but Jing Yuan's not that rare. He's really not. Do you need my number, local man? Let's see. Like, you can also see exactly who has what tail as well, funny enough. Because like I said, see? That's Jing Yuan's, and that is his tail. Oh, that was you. Yeah, I don't have Jing Yuan. Why specifically going for blue? Do you know who you're talking to right now, Sentry? Do you know who you're talking to? Why go for Blueberry Jar, they ask. Okay, well, I will show you why, Sentry. Okay. That's fine. You don't know me. I simp heavily for ratio. Ratio is my favorite character. Ratio is partially the reason that I've made this account. I adore Ratio. Ratio is my favorite. Yep, no worries. Just to put on the same page here. No, I am obsessed with Dr. Ratio. Yeah. The reasoning for the cat names. I would guess food. That's my guess. Like, if you notice, this is ice cake, which isn't a food, but, you know, like, it could be. But, like, Gravity Crisp, Blueberry Jar, Honey Dice, but, like, White Jade Green Dumpling. Probably because he's blue. That's literally it. Probably, like, he's blue. The Firefly one, yeah, the Firefly one is pretty cute. Fluffy Firefly. Like, they probably went with Blueberry Jar because they wanted something like sweet and fun, and he's blue. And he also has, like, gold trim, so I guess he could be, like, a jar of blueberry preserves. The Blade Cat is pretty cool. Oh, a wisteria is a type of flower. Actually. That I know. Funny enough, it's the type of flower that, believe it or not, Herta is actually kind of associated with. Some of her iconography has that wisteria flower. Like, her iconography for normal Herta, for, like, big Herta, has hands and wisteria flowers. So a bit of whatever the hell they want, but generally pastry themed. Yeah, I think wisterias can also be eaten. So I think that's also another reason why a lot of them are things that can be eaten. Like gâteau is, you know, French for cake. Charmony Kitty is just, you know, like the Charmony Dove, but Charmony Kitty. Let's see, they have a few others. Like, Akivili Meow is, like, they just went Akivili and then Meow. They didn't have any specific thing for him. He's just Akivili Meow. Silverwolf's not French, no. I think they just said that because they wanted, like, something cake related, and Gâteau Gamer has, like, you know, a sort of alliteration to it. So they went with that, is probably what they did. If you want to be technical, like, Bronya was more Russian coded than anything, if you want to use the term coded. But no, she's not French. At least not that I'm aware. Alright. Alright, so now what do we do? I guess try to hop party cars until we find Akivili Meow, I guess? Kind of an idea. Let's see if we can find it, I guess. Unfortunately, though, like I said, you gotta set amount of polls per week, so you can't really farm them as much. Oh, that one's the Gui one. if I recall correctly. And that one's Clara. And, let's see, where is the last one? Oh, last one is always right here. Or often right here. Meow. That's Blade. Oh, I would like that. Yeah, send me a request. I'll take it. Yeah. Electrodynamics. Yeah. I like that name. That's great. Behold the first gotcha L of this account. I take it Asheville was not nice to you. I take it he was not nice to you at all. Alright, let's see. Ah. A lot of people still don't have their car open. But yeah, no, I don't see, it's very hard to find AccuBeely Meow. I don't know of anyone who actually does, or who has had it yet. I've seen screenshots of people having it in the beta, but that doesn't really matter if, you know, no one's seen him on live, or if they have seen him on live. I hadn't seen any pictures of it. You found him on your first day? God, well, how lucky is that? Yeah, well, I mean, I know how you feel, Sentry. I did not have a good time with my rolls either for Silverwolf. She barely came at E0S1. So at least I got that. Alright, let's see. I guess we can go and, like, through Planet Arcadia a bit. Might as well. Got nothing else to do. You're gonna go crash at any moment, so goodbye. Well, okay. See you later, Lenny. Thanks for coming by. I'm just trying to think of how to entertain people now, because like I said, the rolls are done. I guess I could do singles. See if I can get E2, or sorry, E1 Silverwolf, since I'm definitely not getting E2. Here. Yep, no. Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not. Well, I got 18 days. I might be able to get E1 Silverwolf. Who knows? Actually, hold on a moment. What if... Hear me out. We tried doing some teams in Memory of Chaos to see if we could push through 12. Like, let's see how well Silverwolf does with, like, Sunday effectively, you know, pushing her to the front. Let's try it, right?
ためらう必要は答え
楽しいので行こ
発目して
Oh damn.
う早い者
Okay.
が勝つ楽しいので行こう
Okay. So yeah, that's not gonna do it.
償いたまえ
All right.
キル数健常勢見てて
いい度胸だね
疾風のごとし
呼ぶ声がす
All right.
来るさ
まったり行こう
She's not gonna get energy from it, but she is gonna get the buff.
守り導こ
オーバードライブこれでよし
Okay, yeah, that's not great.
うお別れの時
Uh,
厄介を避け
ナイスヒーリング
亡者再臨
見てて
maybe, perhaps. This is not an ideal situation. Oh god. Okay. Hmm.
運営はとどまるこの一致で十分
Yeah, that's not great. Not a great team for her, I don't think. I think I'm gonna try someone else. Or some other team. Actually. Cause. Alright, let's see. Alright, so let's think here. Definitely probably want Sunday. Silver Wolf herself. Aventurine might do good. And let's see. As far as... Let's try Welt, actually. Okay, and then with second side, we'll do... No, because he really wants Sunday. Damn. If we're gonna do My Day, he really wants Sunday. Huh. Let's see. We'll do that. Okay, so who's gonna be at top? Well, that's definitely not going to be ideal. But we'll try it, I guess. Yeah, we'll try it.
まだ足りないあいつと勝負
運試しと行こ
とどまれ
楽しいので行こうよっキル数健常勢オーバードライ
始めよう君らはこの力に強いとし君らに選ぶ余地はない
Does she actually get anything
ブお
from
疲れ
it?
様
うベッド
Does she actually get anything from being a Shifu? I wonder. Shifu. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think she gets anything from Elation yet. I could be wrong.
チャンスは待ってても来ない
バイバイシンシちゃん今こそ真
Yeah,
の
that's
休日
not
を見せ
ideal.
ると生理の逆行ミルクティー最高くらえ見てて
Yeah, this is not ideal at all.
好きに使ってくれ
Because,
愛は投げられた
like,
全てを失うか
I think she definitely wants other people for, you know, to get her punchline as soon as possible. And because she doesn't really get much in the way of, like, damage aside from crit, I'm having to rely on mostly debuffs for the enemy. Which is not bad, but this isn't something that is going to be ideal for a long-term situation. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that. Well, at least she's doing more damage than she did. So, I mean, there's that. This is probably a better option. Alright, well, at least, actually, we're doing pretty good. Ideally, I probably want her to be E2, or at least close to it, by the time that she's done. Because, since we're not going to have any other relation characters, I don't think, this is gonna be rough. Unless, of course, you know, they pull a fast one and they make a Venturine SP elation. But if they do that and they go with the whole idea of him being elation that only works with himself, that would be both awful and terrible. Damn. Yeah, no. Well, if she has more speed though, that might actually work out. Who knows? It's just the problem is not many people, oh, what's the word? Like, I have one team that effectively works with itself. And this is not that team. And the other team is the My Day team. And I'm going to be honest with you, My Day does not do very well against this boss either. So, this is rough. Not doing bad, at least. Okay, that is something. That is definitely something. Now, can we continue this? Is the question. Alright. Alright. That is not very helpful, Silver Wolf, but okay, well, let's do it. At this point, I think my best bet might be paying DPS welts. But we'll see what we can do here. Maybe I'm already like counting my chickens before they hatch. Who knows?
最強だからオーバードライブ
始めよう君らはこの力に生とし君らに選ぶ余地はない
まったり行こう次はガチ部屋で
You're tabbed out, but DPS Avon got this. I mean, to be fair, I'm doing pretty good for MOC 12. It's just, unfortunately, I don't really have the best teams for it. So, you know, I'm doing what I can, you know? Alright, honestly, not bad. Okay, like, I don't know if we'll be able to get the full 3 stars, but not bad. Could be worse. Honestly, I've seen people do March 7th, I've seen people do March 7th DPS fine in 2026. It just really all depends on the matchup. And I'll tell you, the matchups for this aren't really the best. Ah, true. Ah, shoot, I missed the wrong thing. Oh well. No, I mean, I get that, Waga. I mean, to be fair, it could honestly be worse. Like I said, it's just the problem is that I don't think I have very good supports for Silver Wolf. Because unfortunately, and this is also why I particularly hate monopaths, by the way. Because monopaths do nonsense like that, where they basically are like, yeah, no, they only work with other relations. And if there's no other, you know, imaginary relation, they kind of are a brick. But, you know, I really wanted Silver Wolf because of the fact being that, you know, maybe I can work with them eventually. Oh, man. Yeah, mono element is quantum or mono fire. To be fair, I mean mono fire is a thing, yeah. Yeah, this ain't happening. God damn, okay, they're just gonna keep bullying my day here. Damn. Second time he's died. Goodness. They really do. They really do hit hard.
いい度胸だね。厄介を避け。償いたまえ。
That and this bird, man, this bird is so tanky. That's the problem. There's no way I'm going to be able to do this. Alright. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, but to be fair, I kind of also am like, if I'm not going to get a 2-star, why do it? At least not on air. And plus, not to mention, the damage was such a slog that, I don't know. Then again... Hold on. I might be cooking. Alright, and then... Nikador is for the weaker team? Yeah, I could see that. I mean... I'm probably gonna put Silverwolf and, yeah, definitely gonna put those there. Because of the fact being that Silverwolf will at least, get, you know, aha instance. Unlike Nikador getting, you know, nothing. Ratio clear. To be fair, I have seen... Like I said, E0-S1 ratio, E0-S0 ratio going up against Nikador. My problem is, could I actually pull that off? Is my problem. I don't know if I could. Because the thing is that I don't know if I'm that great at adventuring. I mean, sorry, not at adventuring, but at ratio. Even though I talk big about him. I don't know. Yeah, that's the problem too, that I'm thinking. Then again, I could... Because Aventurine does give crit damage on his shields and stuff. Thanks to him being E1. So I guess I could give it a shot and see exactly how scuffed this is. What am I doing? I'm stupid. No, I do not want. There. That 20% damage will do so much. Well, considering the fact that right now we don't really have much in the way of, like, really any good options. I mean, what are you gonna do, really? You know?
僕が質問する。
真の剣術を見せるとき、清流逆光ミルクティー最高。くらえ。
Alright, let's see.
答えてみろ。0点。大事ない。
天使を授けん。
時期を読んだいい資料だ。
亡者再臨。
That would require getting new relics, though. Oh well, yeah, it would definitely be different relics because right now he's only on Eagle, and Shaka.
君らに選ぶ余地はない。
お別れの時だ。
マイナスだ。存在と感知される。知識は尺度、真理を探り、語尾を根絶する。0点。マイナスだ。
いい度胸だね。
There we go. Actually, doing better here than I was doing normally. So actually, this ain't bad.
君らに選ぶ余地はない。
Kind of crazy. What do you think about it?
くらえ。
お別れの時
真の剣術を見せるとき、清流逆光ミルクティー最高。
Yeah, yeah. Horatio's the strongest goat.
任せろ。
All right.
マイナスだ。
亡者再臨。
I actually give credit more to Welt
君らはこ
than
の力
anything,
生徒。
considering that Welt and Ratio are actually a pretty good team now. Due to how crazy Welt's debuffs are. Alright, let's see.
答えてみろ。0点。存在と知識は尺度、真理を探り、語尾を根絶する。
Yeah?
マイナスだ。
Well, I mean, I have him at E6, so, you know, that's at least something here. Alright.
始めよう。君らはこの力に生徒し、君らに選ぶ余地は。
I can't believe Dr. Ratio is back to 2026. Hell yeah! Hell yeah, indeed.
真の剣術清流逆光ミルクティー最高。くらえ。
Kinda crazy, no?
いいかな。天使を授けん。償いたまえ。
Ah, shit, I should have waited.
亡者再臨。
Oh well. War armor is awesome. War armor is awesome indeed.
答えてみろ。マイナスだ。
10人は相手できるよ。
Actually, yeah, what am I doing? I could just only really focus on
君らは
that.
この力に生徒し、君らに選ぶ余地はない。 存在と知識は尺度、真理を探り、語尾を根絶する。
もう一人前だもんね。
任せろ。
今こそ真の
Okay.
剣術を清流逆
I
光
actually want to start popping these.
退け。
Yeah, for the most part. They do hit hard, don't they?
回答を楽しみにしているぞ。答えてみろ。マイナスだ。始めよう。君らはこの力について生徒し、君らに選ぶ余地はない。マイナスだ。
おお、すごい。とっておきをくらえ。
いい度胸だね。もうじゃ再臨。
You'll never forgive Hyacinth? No, I get it. I don't blame you for never wanting to forgive Hyacinth.
君らはこの力に生徒し、君らに選ぶ余地は
Damage is still pretty bad.
生理の逆行、ミルクティー最高。くら
僕が質問する。テスト。0点。存在。知識は尺と真理を探り、語尾を根絶する。
Hyacinth? Hyacinth? More like Hyacinth. Okay.
もうじゃ再臨。
マイナスだ。
Oh, damn.
できるよ。
0点。
もう分かった。
答えてみろ。マイナスだ。
今こそ真の剣術を見せるとき。
Alright, let's see. Probably
生理の
both.
逆行、ミルクティー最高。くら
君らはこの力に生徒し、君らに選ぶ余地はない。
Hyacinth has done irreversible damage to the sustained economy. I was thinking either the economy or, I don't know, community even?
回答を楽しみにしているぞ。
Alright.
テスト。0点。存在。
Alright, and then,
知識は尺と真理を探り、
can
語尾を
we?
根絶する。
おお、すごい。とっておきをくらえ。
マイナスだ。
Damn. Damn.
君らはこの力について生徒し、君らに選ぶ余地は
Oh, yeah.
天使を授けん。
Hey, we survived a Nikador.
再臨。
See? Can't be that bad.
剣術を生理の逆行、ミルクティー最高。くらえ。
Hey, you know,
始めよう。
I'm trying, okay? This is... You have to understand, this is like just torture here for imaginary only. I don't have much in the way of teams. I really don't.
もう一人前だもんね。
There. Oh, this is terrible. Okay, well, this
アンサ
did worse. So, just as I thought it would.
楽しいので行こ
Oh, fuck. Okay.
う。楽しいので行こ
I didn't realize. Maybe this will do better.
ベッド。
God. Okay. Jeez.
風が吹き、この一手で十分。
サイは投げられ、すべてを失うか、はたまた手に入れるか。あなた、守り、導こう。
No punchline generation, but that's why I'm here. Is because I'm hoping the aha instance will make up for it. Because on the other side, she had no aha instance. That did not make up for it.
最強だからオーバードライブ次はガチ部屋で
One silver wolf ult a cycle. Alright.
手をつく
I mean, not bad. This was better. That was better. Like, just I need to figure out something for the other side. Not bad. I think. That's
僕が出そう 足りないわね疾風のごとし
まったり行こう見てて
気をつけて風が吹き運営はこの一致で十分
Yeah, Sunday's giving her a ton of crit, and it's also pulling her forward, which is why I'm, like, not too terribly bad. It's just, unfortunately, what am I gonna do on Imaginary only for her? You know? Kinda why I wanted her at, like, E2. Because I was hoping to get, like, her E1 or E2. Because then, you know, maybe I won't have this as a problem. Oh, shoot. Okay. Ah, shoot. Indeed. Alright. Oh, forget it. Yeah, that's not ideal. Yeah, this ain't gonna work out, sadly. And this is not ideal for... He needs by far more speed is the problem. Yeah. Alright. This ain't gonna work. This is rough. Alright, let's see. Well, that sucks. However... I already talked to you. Alright, well, maybe... Where am I? Oh. Hold on, what does that say? Oh. Man, I love women. I fuck with men too. Nice. Alright, let's see. Like I said, I'm doing what I can. It's just, unfortunately, I don't have many choices. And not enough idle hunts to make up those choices. Oh, let's see. Oh, actually, let's see how she You know, I'm kind of curious. I'm kind of curious how she does in, like, Pure Fiction. Because, truthfully, I don't actually know what she does in Pure Fiction. If she does really, like, anything worthwhile. Because I know on one side, my data's fine. Although, fine is kind of a general, loose thing. However, we do have, well, so maybe we'll do better with, yeah, let's try it with, well, see how we do. And, this, it's better. Let's see. I guess we can do follow-up attack. No super great buff on first side. Well, there's no super great buff on either side. So... yeah, there's no super break buff on either side. So... it's just literally how many people we can hit. It's kind of how that's going.
発目して
とどまれ。
償いたまえ
Well, it'll be cope. Yeah, I mean, you never know. It's not as bad as
痛
it
い目
could
に遭い
be.
たいのか。
退くがいい。
君らはこの力に生とし。
She's E2, so, you know, she might be able to do it.
錦絵銀河忍法放棄両乱滅殺人ザ・ザ・ハッスタンバイドリームサブトゥルー
これ式。
お別れの時だ
両乱人形水ザ・ザ・ハッ
始め。
It's showtime
Damn.
コラボ
I was hoping to get above the bug. Yeah, E2 rapid.
退くがいいザ・ザ・ハッ
I forgot about
ア
that.
ドリブで
Alright, let's see here.
甘く見たな
任せろ。
Oh, cool.
銀河忍法放棄両乱滅殺
Yep, global passive coming in clutch.
君らはこの力について生とし。
Coming in clutch indeed, because I didn't want to deal with that.
It's showtime
Damn, okay. Oh, you did?
厄介を避けん
超絶歓喜
償いたまえ
What global passive, really?
始めよう。
You know what? I'm probably not going to notice on my main account, but here it's probably going to come in clutch all the time, like it does on the Quantum account with Casterus.
テンポが乱れた
もうじゃ再臨
Oh, that sucked.
ドリームサブトゥルーやるな
君らはこの力に杖とし
Man, Welt's doing more than Rafa at this point. I mean, hey, it's working out, I
気を
guess.
授けん。
超絶歓喜
任せろ
忍び医術アドリブで洋蘭人形コラボスタート
Alright.
日誌へ銀河忍法王妃洋蘭滅殺人
You know what? I don't know. It's so weird, Kiki. Like, so many people have been talking about that, and I'm gonna be honest with you, okay? On my main account, I don't have Hyacinth.
ペースを
I literally only have Dan. I had Dan,
君らに選ぶ
I have Linksha, and I had Gallagher. I did not have... Oh, and I have Adventuring. Those are the ones that I have on my main account. I didn't have... whoa. I didn't have, oh, what's the word? Like I said, I don't have Hyacinth. I don't have, like, literally, like, good sustains except for those, right? And the thing is that, like, when I finally got a Wolo, I was like, oh my god, my dot team is so good now.
亡者再臨。厄介を避けん。
超絶歓喜
償いたまえ。
忍び医術
君らはこの力に杖とし君らに選ぶ余地はない
No, I get that. No, I mean, I was, it's not that I like sustain too much to have, like, I'm sorry, not sustain, that I like preservation too much to have a sustain. Oh wow, that was awful. Okay, that was not ideal. You physically made a separate account for teams that you don't use. I kind of did that for here. To be honest with you, like, on my main account, aside from Ratio, I don't really use Welt that much. I think I only have, like, an E4 Welt, maybe, at best. At best, if I have that. I don't even know if I have that. Sunday was getting dust. I had to use Finon for him, basically, after a while. I don't have My Day on the main account. I don't have Rappa on the main account. I have this Dan, but I don't really use him that often. As opposed to here, where I actually do use him. It's just, he's kind of cooked right now. And I don't have Blue Ocha on my account. Actually, no, I do have Blue Ocha on my main account. I just have not used him because I literally got him on a whim. Realized that I don't really use... Like, I use Linksha far too much for a healer. Linksha or Gallagher for a healer. And realized that Locha kind of, like, is not really useful for anything on my main account. So, I got him, and I realized that I don't really need him for anything. At least Wowo, I'm used for her on Dot, right? Like, she's great for Dot, but what's the word? Locha, I can't really think of a good archetype for him except for maybe Castrus, which I don't use. So, because I don't have Castrus. I don't know. I don't know, man. I do not know. Alright, what was I gonna do? Right. Apocalyptic Shadow we could try before it reset. Yeah, no, I agree. They weren't even meant for archetypes until, then. No, I get ya. hold on. Is it? Yeah, I didn't even clear this one. Alright. Yikes. No, to be fair, I know how that feels. My Castress on my Quantum account, on my Quantum only account, did not have a light cone until her rerun. And that was the most brutal stuff ever. Alright, let me see. You know, hold on, was there a break effect here? No, there wasn't. No, I think I did. Yeah, break effect was on here. But oh, see ya! See ya, Sentry. Nice nice of you to come by. Oh, you lost your 75-25? Oof. Oof. Alright, let's see. Oh. I mean, it could work. This could work. Let's give it a go, maybe. I don't know. Let's see. Going to hard pity for Silverwolf. I know how that feels. I actually had to do that on this account. Alright. Yeah, because he's not doing anything break related on the other side. Rappa is at least gonna... See, the thing is, that's the problem with this particular one and why I actually, like, was kind of rough about this was because I need Avon for this side because this side is too rough without having some sort of CC. What's the word? Yeah. Oof, not welt. Okay, let's give it a shot. Let's try it. Maybe we'll be able to do it. Alright. Alright, cool. 0. Yeah, okay. Ah, shit. I was hoping to get his armor broken before then. Ah, sucks. Oh, wow, okay. Pretty old, yeah, I mean, this is the last apocalyptic shadow, like before, you know, Sunday's reset, so I might as well, right? Oh, Okay, jeez. Damn. Well, at least that worked out. But might as well. For the boss. You fell for the Mr. Poke agenda push. Which was that? 'Cause he has a lot of agenda pushes. Like, he has the Fei... Oh, is it Fei Xiao? Yeah, it's Fei Xiao. Fei Xiao agenda push. You have no idea how salty I am as a ratio player, or as a ratio main, to see how much, like, propaganda he has for Fei Xiao. When just about everything about Fei Xiao can apply to ratio. And yet no one, like, even bothers acknowledging it, because it, like I said, it's all part of the propaganda. Damn. I mean, it's not ideal. What the hell was that? Goodness, okay. God. Well, at least she's doing good somewhere. God. All right. Yeah, apocalyptic debuff. Allow for aha levels of damage. Absolutely, God. Aha levels of damage indeed. Well, we do love aha in this house. It's just, unfortunately, you know, like I said, I don't like how monopaths, what monopaths stand for. Otherwise, that would be elation. There we go. Damn. go crazy. God. Alright. Now we'll do the horrible one. What's my favorite character each element? That is a good question. I would say my favorite. Let's see. Well, as far as Wind goes, no question. It's an Axa. It's an Anaxagoras. Anaxagoras is my favorite Wind. My favorite imaginary character is Ratio. So I will go ahead and say that. My favorite ice character is Cyrene. I think I've said that. My favorite quantum character is, believe it or not, Castris. I do like Castris a lot, although I think Cypher is a better character than Castris. I do like Castris a lot. Like, let's see. As well. Let's see. Yeah, you're starting to see a pattern. Yeah, obviously. I like scholars. What can I say? Let's see. Fire character. My favorite fire character is Gallagher. I do like Gallagher. It's probably my favorite. Although I do like Jiao Cho. Let's see. My favorite physical. My favorite physical character. Gonna be a toss-up between either Phynon or Argenti. Like, that one is kind of hard to pick. In my personal opinion. Favorite lightning is actually Akron. I like Akron. I did like Asheville's cool. Don't get me wrong, Asheville is cool. Well, no, I like Akron. Let's see. Who else? I'm trying to think of all the elements here, and I'm currently blanking out. Yeah, I don't know. Who else? Oh man, Herta is also good too. Actually, yeah, no, I changed this ice one. I forgot Herta for a moment. I love Herta. Herta is probably my favorite. I don't know why I forgot Herta. I always forget Herta is ice. I always forget it. Yeah, she is genuinely the GOAT. Absolutely the GOAT. Oh, let's see. Who else? Who else indeed? I'm trying to remember. Are there any other elements? Has to be.
銀河忍法放棄両乱滅殺アドリブでショーターご覧スタート
You're firing Quantum to be the notorious fool duo. Neat.
おおすごい人形今こそ真の賢者生理の逆行ミルクティー最高ドリームサブテル
遊んであげるよ。
Sampo is pretty cool. I actually do like Sampo. Would not say he's my favorite wind, but I do definitely like Sampo. Actually, you know what's even crazier? Funny enough, I can't really think of very many characters that I don't like. Because like I said, what's kind of nutty is how, the only time that I can think of that I actually didn't like characters, funny enough, was like I said, when I don't like it when they shill, specific characters to the point to where no other characters can clear. I hate that. I hate it so much. Pollux is the worst boss in the entire game. And I can like casters all I want, but I can accept that Pollux was the worst thing they ever came up with. Yeah, like it's another thing too. Like I like Hyacinth as a character. I like her as a character, but damn, I really hate what she did to Star Rail. I really do. It's kind of how I feel about that.
退くがいい
Now here's the thing. Funny enough, I actually talked about this before. I still stand by the fact that Xandar is a good fight. He's probably one of the best fights in the game. And I know that's gonna sound weird because of what I said earlier about, or what I said just now about fights that shill. Because he is a massive remembrance shill. Absolutely massive. No, Guaga, no, he is a remembrance shill. He absolutely is. Like, 100%. It's just, his shill also can benefit, like, people like Finon. You know? Like, that's the caveat. Is that he shills Evernight. Yeah, that's literally it. He shills Evernight. What's the word? You can fight him with other characters, and that's why I'm like, he's not really like as bad as what I just said, but he does 100% shill Remembrance. And like I said, he specifically, like, Evernight is his hard counter. Yeah. But what unit doesn't want a full ult reset? You're right. And the thing is that that's why I said it's funny, because even though he's a Remembrance shill, he also, funny enough, also works with Finon. And that's because of what you just said, Waga. Because he's able to, like, you know, give people back their ult. He is unironically, like, the best support for Final. But damn, what's the word? Like I said, I get it. He's the worst shill for Remembrance. It's just the thing is that, like I said, at least other people can brute force it. Is why I don't think it's bad. How is the best support also a boss? Well, because like I said, he gives energy back to Finon whenever like he does his thing. So he gives a full ult reset back, which Finon appreciates, because then as soon as he gets knocked out of his form, he can just go right back in. He also, what's the word, gives him more damage during the fight. Unironically, Anomaly Arbitration Xander is like one of the few fights in Anomaly Arbitration, and I'm not talking about the first Anomaly Arbitration Xander. I'm talking about every sequential fight after that with him. Every sequential fight in Anomaly Arbitration, if you have a good enough fight on, you can just do sustainless, and he's the only, like, boss in Anomaly Arbitration that can do that. Or like one of them. The only other ones that I can think of is the ones that are really, really good against, that are really good for break. Otherwise, good luck doing that for Casterus. That ain't gonna happen. Or, I'm sorry, not Casterus. Good luck doing it for Pollux. That ain't gonna happen. You know? Yeah, 90% damage reduction until you're forced to interact with his gimmick. And his gimmick is only shared amongst, what? 3? 4 characters? It's ridiculous. I don't like it. Yeah, that would be nice. Hee hee. Do I think elements really matter? They do and they don't, honestly. It depends. You really want to be on element for everything? Yeah, with the new enemies, because of how damage reduction that they are, you kind of do. And when it comes to, like, break, you kind of do, too. But, for the most part, it really all depends. I think, honestly, element matters only to a set point. It's literally just mechanics that matter at the end of the day. Like, let's see. Like I said, like, seeing people go up against, like, I'm not able to do it because I'm bad at the game. But, people using, like, ratio, E0, S0 ratio up against, this version of Nicodor with a Tingyun and a Gallagher and an RMC, like, it kind of tells you that, like, elements only really matter so much in comparison to the actual mechanics themselves. Apparently, he's a pretty good fight for when it comes to, like, follow-up attacks for Nicodor, because Nicodor, you know, has the war armor. And war armor really only depends on how often you're hitting it, as you saw. RMC is goated. Absolutely. Alright. Well, I think I'm going to stop here. I'm getting tired. Yeah, I agree. Nicodor is a good fight for that reason. He doesn't actively shill anything. His mechanics are good because his mechanics can be, you know, utilized by most characters. But by the same token, he can also get kind of wacky. Yep, drink some water. Remember to stay hydrated. Anyway, see ya. And